could do or be anything without fear of judgment from yourself or from others, what would it be? I've been talking about the fraud self recently, and I think it's really interesting because it's the projection that we use to hide all of those parts of ourselves that we really wish we could express, all of those things that make up our authentic self. And authenticity is such a huge thing in recent years, and yet I think a lot of us are still afraid to express what really would be our authentic self. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about things that are dangerous for yourself or someone else. I'm talking about things like when I was younger, I didn't really feel like it was okay for me to follow a theatrical acting related path as much as I would have liked to. So, I just kind of tucked it away and pretended that it wasn't there, even though I knew it was. And I would go and I would take some community theater classes and things like that. But I never had the courage to go and actually audition for real productions. I don't live that far from New York. It wouldn't have been that hard because I was afraid of what everyone else would think. I think a lot of us have experiences like that and things that we really wish that we could or had played with more than we actually have. And I think that in many ways our fraud self is hiding that. If you always wanted to act, you may have gone and tried to get the kind of jobs that you thought were acceptable because you knew that other people that you were in your sphere of influence did not think that acting was an acceptable thing to do. And then you pay a price for it. And I'm not here to dwell on that part. I'm curious to know, what would it be if you really could let your freak flag fly, as they say? I'm amazed I managed to say that without tripping on it. What would you do? What would you do? I'm betting that it's not actually too late for you to do it now, if you're willing to give yourself permission for it. So the question becomes, what is it in you that might be perpetuating that fraud self even if you don't need to anymore? But for right now, let's just look. I would love to hear, what things have you always wanted to do but you stopped yourself because you were afraid of what somebody else was going to say? I'm Nancy. I teach women how to reconnect with their lost creative spark so they can get unstuck and gain more energy. So if you like this kind of thing, I hope that you'll push that button and come along for the ride.